Alright. Oh, do I just poke them? This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thavnair Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Sharlayan people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thavnair was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism and then belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restricted as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Sharlayans can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. Now that is a sight one can hardly forget, the great statue of Thavnair. As a student of Baldesion, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. With all the unusual wares coming and going at all hours, I expect the assistance of an intrepid adventurer will be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any tasks which pique your interest, even cleared by the immigration officials, after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Sharlayan the same way it is in Eorzea. A little too much hero worship there, bud. This place is called the Peristyle, and it is the first stop for cargo unloaded at the docks. You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation, but also supplies that further Sharlayan's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep the attendants busy. Oh gosh! That big guy in a cat head. Ah! Sorry, I'm just excited to see my buddy around. Oh my... Why? Why do these things exist? Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, man, I just want to run into the rest of the city. Oh, gosh. Wow, this is a fancy-ass cafe. What the hell? Man, when I thought they said little cafe, I thought... What the... Why are there no tables, though? There's like nothing here. What do they expect to serve? Matanga? Ooh. What is that? Candy? Ooh, more food. Oh gosh, the low poly. Looks like they have miso, maybe? The coffee here is to die for. One cannot look past the charming tea set. I recommend you order both, puns permitting. Look at those little sandwich canisters. They have like little Sharlayan logos on them. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, my little minion. But... this is so... I'm losing my shit. Welcome to the last stand. As the final and some say only bastion of fine dining in Sharlayan, we guarantee a quality culinary experience found nowhere else in the city. Oh gosh, so that's why everything looks kind of nice here. This is the only place you get actual decent food. You must try the Zurich. It's amazing. Best share with a loved one if you ask me. Oh, they're wearing Shire gear type stuff, right? Gosh dang it, Talan! I keep laughing seeing them everywhere in the corner of my eyes. Gosh damn it. You have the look of an outsider, and I have little less to discuss with foreign barbarians. Well, how do you too, sir? Just little things. My friends and I were just discussing the Maki and the practice of black magic. Did you know that... Wait, is it afternoon already? How long have we been sitting here? Oh gosh. Welcome, step right in. If you placed your order, find yourself a seat, and we'll be along shortly. The Gazette featured a piece about a so-called champion of Eorzea. They say this barbaric hero has prevailed in a multitude of battles, like some avatar of perfected violence, and it's almost uncanny how closely you match the given description. What an odd coincidence. I read this guy's name completely wrong, and I don't want to say how I read it. The oven-baked lobster is one of the Last Stand's most famous dishes. The flavor is said to be phenomenal, but unfortunately so is the price. Alright. Oh, right. I'm supposed to be here. Right. Me getting distracted? Oh, this is gonna take me for fucking ever to get anywhere. Ah, yes, the last stand. Now that inviting aroma. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Sharlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Sharlayan, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an island of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu, not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Sharlayan when it came to cheap and the burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu, not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Sharlayan when it came to cheap and convenient, raha. But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there would take us up to the Aetherite Plaza. Alright. I should go there, but I'm also really curious. The statue of Thaliak is just past the Stoa. I'd advise against trying to see it from here, though. Strain yourself too hard and you're like to fall into the water. Oh gosh, this place is so pretty. Can I... Nah. But I could clearly run on this. I want to go up there, but I cannot. Alright guys, we're gonna take a little jog. They're sprinting too. There's some height to this city. This is so pretty. Ah. The sun. I keep seeing you around, man. Oh gosh, my Highlander laughs are so ridiculous. The Aetherite looks different from how I remember it. Really? An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's perfectly functioning aetherite. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Sharlayan stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Sharlayan's largest marketplace. Alright, I should probably have been attuning to some of the other ones around. Gosh, there's so many people here! Wow! Wow! Look at this! Huh. Gosh. Gosh, even the offshoot areas are really pretty. I should have attuned to that one. I'm a dumb. But anyway. I guess I should go up here. Gosh, there's so many people. Anything worth cracking my corn purse for today, I wonder? Welcome to the Angora, where you can find wares made in Sharlayan as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetherite Plaza, follow the path north, then climb up the stairs to that imposing building at the very top. So... oh, Journey's End. The Verlier Estate. Oh, it's nighttime now. Wow, that was really noticeable of a change in music. Oh, gosh, that's really good music. Oh my gosh, I love this! Look at this! Ah! Look at these book stands, that's so cool! Gosh! There's so much thought put into this place. It's... ah! Gosh, I'm just... Oh gosh. That Hrothgar, though, with the pink rosettes. And the hat. Oh my gosh. Research must needs be conducted efficiently. I surround myself with sweet scented flowers to calm myself down. It helps keep an open mind, you see. They're pretty nice flowers. Oh gosh, that carbuncle. Gosh, this music. I'm completely hopeless right now. This is the Nymphaeum, a monument built in tribute to water spirits known as the Nymphae. Seems rather fitting for a city that erected a tower statue of the ruler of rivers, Thavnair, no? Whoa. It is a fascinating experience to walk around the city and contrast my image of the past with the reality in the present. building we're looking for sits at the top of the stairs to the north of the Aetheryte. Just keep walking up and you'll reach it eventually. The district we're passing through is called Archon's Design, a name which honors the 7 individuals whose contributions were instrumental in the founding of Sharlayan. It is the city's political and financial center. It also hosts a collection of research institutions. These little decorative features are typical of Sharlayan architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. This is the Nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Sharlayans, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge which flows from Thaliak's divine ewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. Huh. Ho there, Bluebird! Surprised I know your name? Well, you shouldn't be. You're practically a living legend. Huh. Whoa, what the actual... Oh, a pointer. Okay. Whoa! Northern Lights? Whoa! Holy crap! Huh. Ah, what an invigorating breeze. Touch biting perhaps, but pleasant nonetheless. This grand structure before you is the rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distanced. My apologies. From here one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Sharlayan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community. The Crystarium, I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. The district of Journey's End occupies the eastern block of the city, so all we need to do is take the stairs down from the rostra and keep heading east, of course. Do you not feel the cold? Granted, it is not terribly chilly for these northern climes, but compared to the weather of Limsa Lominsa, I think I'm fine. My dumb headcanon is my character could just do firebending shit, I guess. Ooh, hippo. This is the rostra. Oh. Where the forum convenes. What? Do you wish for a tour? Then enter and speak with one of the in charge of such things. Huh, they have swords here. Interesting. I thought that person had pumpkin hat for some reason. No, they just have pumpkin hair. The next item on the forum's agenda is prohibition of consumption of the deleterious coffee biscuits? Who is responsible for this utterly Basis proposal? Oh, I love that. Gosh. I'm never getting out of this fucking city, am I? Oh gosh. Journey's End. I wonder if this is where the game will end. This neighborhood is home to the highest echelons of Sharlayan society. I never did feel comfortable enough to wander these streets on a whim. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this is where those who put ashore with Archon Junkeref built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials in the oldest Sharlayan families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Leveilleur. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now shall we head directly to the Baldeasian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza? Correct! After you, Bluebird. I guess I'll go down this way and just walk around and get the... Whoa, that's pretty. There's so much just stuff in this place. Ah, the good old annex. I used to bunk there whenever I had business in the city proper. Like the time I came to submit the thesis for my Archon qualification. Okay, so it's kind of like a sort of hotel for us? My mother told me never to talk to strangers, so I'm ignoring you. See? This is me paying you no mind at all. Listen here, you little... Okay. Yeah. Good job, kid. Alright. Gosh. Yeah, that house is, You know what? I have a theory to test. Can I just walk inside any of these houses? Are there doors? Nope, this one doesn't open. Maintenance will be performed on all worlds. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, 2 hours I have still to play. Assuming the server doesn't decide I don't have rights. Information's everything. That's why I'm chatting with anyone I can find. What? Did you think I was slacking? Oh. It's not on the map, but it's here. Right. We cross this bridge here, as I recall. Stick to the path and be careful not to end up back at the Aetheryte Plaza. Sharlayan is full of educational and research institutions, but there are still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Have I tired you out with all this walking? Not to worry, I had rooms prepared for you at the next. Yep. So, I guess just keep following this path and eventually... I guess it still works, but we go this way. Whoa, that's a fancy bunch of robes there. Judah's back! Oh my gosh! I can't. Go up there, Carbuncle. Go! Is this it? I guess so. Seems still a bit small for a hotel-like place, but I guess it works. Oh, I already got here. Huh. I still need to get the Studium and the harbor. This is it, the Baldesion Annex. As the joyous look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldesion Annex. If you continue up the hill, you're invited to the doorstep of Phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you, then. I spent a whole entire game day just exploring the city. And I barely went through any of it. Oh, this music! I'm back, and I brought I'm back, and I brought Bluebird and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. And it is a pleasure to finally meet you, Bluebird. I've read many of tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Sunjika! It's been an age! Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldesion. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall reading his cousin, Ejika? Oh, yes, Eureka. I've read the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition, because I never finished Eureka! This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Sharlayan, whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our basis of operations. And yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first we must ensure that the Telophoroi will fall. Through that door on the left there is the main hall where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is. You probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. You cat. You're seriously a cat. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. 'Twas simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Gosh, that music is so nice. Oh, and it continues. Oh gosh. That's so many people. Welcome back, Bluebird. Ready for a nap? this is the housing area! As Graha explained, the Andron's rooms were furnished for folks needing a break from all-night research on recently returned expeditions. The students are used to seeing those walls plastered with articles and diagrams and personal messages. I imagine it's quite a surprise for our newer guests. Why not take them down, you ask? Well, it's often the same people who stay in these chambers, after all. And besides, when I see old notes written by friends who've since passed, it's comforting in a way, as if they're still there with us. Oh, and just to be clear, these are properly appointed bedrooms. Any mention of naps is not meant to dissuade you from getting a full night's sleep. Oh, wow. This is fancy. Little wash basin. Diagrams. Huh. I guess I'll head to the main hall then. Do you have papers pasted on the walls of your room? It was not unusual for occupants to pin up notes or documents and such, and then forget to take them when they went on their merry way. Sometimes it was quite deliberate, though. You might see complaints addressed to other members, or a thank you card for the engrossing literature someone left behind. Beloved traditions, that I should know better than to dwell upon. If we are to create a future for the students of Baldessian and so many others, we must look to the days ahead. I guess I'm entering an instance area. Wow! Garuda? Ugh. Is this like a sea of clouds? I wish I could read that. Maybe one day they'll put high-res textures. That's Eosia itself. A chart of stars? And the map of the world as we know so far. It's kind of sad that we're probably never gonna get that cloudy bit really out anytime soon. The Crystal Tower? Or... no, that's too small to be the Crystal Tower. What is that? Some kind of chamber of crystals, too. That's Oz's Law, isn't that? Huh. Dalamud stuff? Crystals? Cube? Looks elegant in origin. That's Silvertear, isn't it? The new, St. Coinac's find, I think? Bit of the western area. Not coming to mind what that is there. It might be like some more Dalamud crystals, so maybe Gridanian areas. Huh. King Mughal? Why is this in high res? Well, it's not high res, but it's really good res. Oh, good King Mughal. Yeah, I can't read it entirely. Promised Land? Ooh, look at these designs. Gosh, I'm lost in the sauce. Is this carpet? It is carpet, I think. It looks fuzzy. Yeah, it makes a different noise. It's carpet. Ah, it looks so nice. Someone did a lot of effort to make that. I'm just... what is here? Airships? Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I just suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us.
forgive me. I was delayed.
I'm actually getting hungry though.
We're all here now. Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Teleforo's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum.
I guess because they've been more, like, wanting to keep things hush-hush lately?
Guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of
Just doing a quick
researchers
check.
which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
That is weird.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, it simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for you.
I mean, they probably have some kind of bunker as a way to means to wait this out.
As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldesion. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Thavnair already?
In response to this,
That's not good.
Khan, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. It is possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Krau's lines of inquiry,
Huh.
and having you
So they're really wanting Warrior of Light's
seem
help,
the
huh?
obvious choice. But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as
Okay,
well.
so some of us are gonna stick around here, and some of us are gonna go to Thavnair.
Given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
I'm not really diplomatic, though, but I guess my name holds enough weight, maybe?
To tackle first, we will defer to your decision.
Alright.
Let us next
I mean...
decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services.
Alright, so this is the story split, huh? Alright.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alice and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objection?
Oh gosh. That's a surly bunch.
On my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations
Oh gosh.
be fruitful.
I feel like shit's gonna go down if I go to Razat Han. People are gonna get hurt, though. Should I stick with the scholars and try to understand the situation a bit more, or should I go and help what's going on there? Alright, back to recording now. So, I have a conundrum. Do I go with what I know my character would go with, which is like, shit, people are in trouble, okay, let me help? Or do I go with what I would go with, which is finding out what's going on? I'm going to confer with my buddy for a second. I still don't understand how the vote could be unanimous. What could possibly convince them all to turn their backs on Eorzea? If the Forum is intent on concealing its intentions, then a cursory investigation will avail us little, I suspect. We need to dig deeper and with the greatest of care. The process by which Forum members are elected is fair and equitable. Neither wealth nor social standing offers any advantages to a prospective candidate, but fairly elected or not, Master Matoya still found them all to be insufferable. Our tour of the city was a pleasant distraction. I feel more than ready now to tackle the challenges of the day. Though I have much read on the subject of Razat Han, this visit shall be my first. It'll be interesting to see how the Hanish mean to contend with the tower, different as their magical and technological disciplines are. So it's back to Thavnair. Had I known earlier, I would have considered more suitable attire. Ugh, want to know more of what's going on, but I also feel like I should help the people out. I feel like this would give me so many more answers, though. I'm gonna go. Thancred is eager to set forth for Thavnair, because this is what my character would do. I have Kral's instructions in hand. If you're ready to set out, then so are we. Have you been to Thavnair before? I can travel by ether, right? But what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kral was of the same mind, and has already secured the aid of good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest? I'm afraid so, my friend. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto which whose sanctuary we delivered thee, owing to the knowledge of our comrade Monbrida. Monbrida was an authority on aetherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it hath, many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Ah. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus have I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Right, let's do this. Gosh, it's so beautiful right now. I kind of want to grab that aetherite I'm missing. Although I feel like we'll eventually go there. Yeah, we'll eventually probably go there, based on what the name of that is. Wait, what is that? The hunt for specimens. They already have hunts unlocked? Maybe I should unlock that soon. Wait, where the hell am I supposed to go? Speak with Kite at the Confluence. Oh! Gosh damn it! Me and my one-track mind. That's dank, bruh. I don't even know. This is so stupid. I'm dumb. Gosh damn it. Okay. It might have helped if I looked where I was going first. Oh! They build aetherites here, huh? I guess that's what they mean by confluence, then. I'm researching the Far East Tenkanto. Here's a bit of trivia for you. It's made of timber. Is that not absolutely fascinating? My, what a mysterious and exotic land such a place must be. Kick. study of teleportation requires a firm grasp of the fundamentals of ether, so I make it a point to study the papers of those who have come before me. I'm currently studying a treatise written by Ejika Sujika, truly a luminary of his field. Well, Miss Kite, let's see what's going on. Well now, this is rather a lot of stone faces. What our library books do overdo again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Kral, the students of Baldessian. We seek passage to Thavnair, and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects! Welcome, welcome! Test subjects? Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So, in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of ether hurtling along the lifestream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been! For long years we labored to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. And we finally done it! We've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly? That changes everything! Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherites, but the aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that our first test pair of aetherites, one has been installed here in Sharlayan, and the other over in Yelma, a port town in Thavnair. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Raz-Adhan, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum it up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous. For you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might see these aetherites were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true, and far be it from me to worry about such things. But do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the lifestream. In the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mr. Krause truly knows how to pick them. I was thinking. If I might change the subject, are Master Wolfson and Mistress Bluida not present today? Oh, you didn't hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. Ah, Rianjay. In case you were wondering, the Aetherite still functions like a normal one. It's just been upgraded to allow unattuned travel. I'll see you there shortly. Ooh, there's a Rathgar here. Researching teleportation magics is difficult in that it requires an abundance of space, which in turn requires an abundance of funding. Thankfully, we can use this public facility free of charge. So there are some good around Hrothgar out here. And Viera. Given my experience with teleportation, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have reservations, but I will trust in Krile. I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Good luck. Though our words unsaid yet weigh heavy on my heart, I shall devote mine all to our task in Thavnair.
Right, we're all set. Just the four of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnair.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
She's stepping hella back.
Right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Oh boy.
Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
What?
Oh gosh. Everyone's face. Everyone's face is so like, wah! I expected like a comedic little sound drop of it suddenly just going boink, boink. Okay, okay, that's great too. That's also good. I approve. Ooh, rain.
Thavnair, home to city-state Rads Abha. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay for a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oh. Okay, of course. Oh.
What chance?
This music. Oh no.
Against such an insidious foe.
I feel this so hard considering what I've been through recently. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel this so much.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Might have been better if we just took the boat.
Let me bring you something to drink. It should help settle your bellies.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions. Don't let a Stinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Oh boy. We're fucked. Just trying to recenter. Okay, cannot let a Stinian sell everything. You manage your will to yourself. You're giving your tissue. Will be able to reach a Stinian in time. Oh my gosh, no time to waste. Oh, they're so dead. Okay, where the hell is he? So there's some markets down here, so I'm gonna... Okay, there the hell he is! No! Oh! Gosh. Ether sickness. Ah! You there, I need 3 drinks, something that helps with ether sickness. By the Muncia, traveler, greetings, greetings and welcome! You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special Amra lassie, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnair, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low, low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles, a bargain amongst bargains. The price is high road robbery, and you want to say as much as Stinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. Sam, before Stinian, use gestures, deny that the deal is fair. I appreciate this so much! I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie. This merchant is swindling me. Ah! Sincere apologies, sir, but I appear to have made my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles of lassie. That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. Whoa! Okay, there. Hi there, sir. I didn't notice that guy in the background, too. Wait, is this... Oh, this is an entire zone. Oh! Oh, that was... This is a horrible... Oh. That was a horrible idea. Okay. I guess I'll just walk. Maybe it won't act up if I do. Teensy weensy touch, she says. And even the hardest night's drinking comes close. Here. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to the Anastinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. You were in time? Excellent. You spared us Tataru's wrath. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. Aye, I've bound it. 'Tis the most I could do against this heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. The man said it's a Thavnarian weave, tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil, steel, I was told. It's nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. I'm gonna be an ass. I expected the Azure Dragoon to put up more of a fight. On that subject, I shall refrain from making comment. Yet I cannot help but observe that the merchants seem overzealous in their pursuit of profit. Claiming Thavnair as its dominion, the nation of Razat Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasodara, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Razat Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing is rampant, doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, 'twould be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, aye. We've naught to lose by learning more. So ere we seek out Kral's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yelmald? Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Oh gosh, I got Lassie! Be thou assured that I'm quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Is it truly so amusing to see my hair bound? 'Tis how I used to wear it, a functional fashion. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the Kurgans removed me from my armor and put me to bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon's helm again. Horse chestnut handgear coffer. Right, let us split up and make inquiries in town. Bluebird, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetheryte, off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. It's very gloomy here. Shipwreck? Oh no, ships. Just ships. Welcome, traveler. That's right, we're open for business again. Can't sit wallowing when there's sales to be made, am I right? So got any bi-color gemstones you're willing to part with? Okay. Oh, I can swim! I'd just take a guess if I could. Let's see what's going on here. The crate is laden in fruits, but they're on the verge of spoiling as if they've been left too long. Is trade cut off? There's no ships really out either. It's hard to see, though. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels further away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Yeah, there's nothing really around. Maybe they're having a blockade going on? Dishnalil. Hello. So what's going on here? What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat like Kalzal. I don't have any of his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kalzal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Oh, I'm gonna have so much hard time saying these names. Like as not, you'll find him at the Salt Wind Sails. The Harbor Guild's building across the water from here. Gosh, having the echo helps. Ooh. I tried turning off auto run, it did not work how I intended. Kifiras. Well now, if it isn't a traveler. You're a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared in Narunar. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the radiant host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us, only the gods know. Oh gosh, I have a bad feeling about this. Maybe I should have taken Talan's advice and gone through bookkeeping first. The Dalmaskins aren't coming? But we already have everything they ordered. What are you supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, that's all. That's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, aye, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. Ugh, but this will be an enormous loss! Alright. Forget about the Dalmaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines. All the perennial Hannish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kazal. I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait! You're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. I am not, unfortunately. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Matsia, and I'm here to see Kozal. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Yeah, well... Hello there. Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kazal too, did you? I am Matsia, a fisherman of Akayali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kazal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. If I may ask, what is it that you do? Well, travel, beat monsters up? An adventurer, you say? And you travel the world helping people? Then, that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kazal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? I mean, I've only done something like that a couple of times, but... If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Alright. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers? I'm in your debt. Right, please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedamad. I will observe you and learn. Matsuya is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. Leave Matsuya behind. Oh wow. Travel unfamiliar places and speak with unfamiliar peoples. Your conversational skills must be astounding. I don't know. Oh gosh. Thunk, 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 thunk. Oh, one person's down here. I should probably get that first. Miruna. Yes? Greetings, friend. How fare are you of late? Greetings to you, too. I suppose I'm a little given the circumstance. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remained there for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back. Deal with my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. There's no place to take home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Oh, trust me, I don't. Make sure to keep well clear of the tower. When more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives. To the day when you can earn as much as you gave and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. I'm not fish today. Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're fishmonger! Heh, when you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom! The catch of the day is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeeded in making a sale. Alright, that's one down. I do think that this is a little weird that they're making us do this, though. It's a little of a weird start. We're trying to save the world and instead we're peddling fish. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some Amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. What do you need so many Amra for? Why? For eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that, and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. Took my mind off the troubles for a moment. Damn it. Well, that didn't work out quite well. I like to listen a little too much to people, I guess. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh god, my stomach. I just ate a little too quickly. Hmm. I fucked up. Well. I only made one sale. Oh well. Not good at this. I didn't want to push fish on him if he was feeling sick, but... Okay, climb up. Oh gosh, you can. Okay. Uh-oh. Maybe there's just other players. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to one of the 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Though you did fail too, but there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. By applying yours, I'll endeavor to become a better peddler. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kazal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsuya? Kazal! Have you finished your business in the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options. At this rate... So you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsuya. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. My friends and family is depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Kazal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I'd best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. I thought this was going to lead a little bit more to something, but I guess there's just seeing how bad things are lately. I feel like that's getting a little egregious, though, what they did, but it does add a little bit of flavor. Mayhap, owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. Yeah, there's no place to really go, huh? There you are. Gotten over the ether sickness, have you? Rain again. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. Well, yeah, everything here is honestly blocked by trade. I see. We also learned that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telophoroi. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Estinian. That Matsia fellow you were helping. He's Arkasodara, is he not? Apparently it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? Uh-oh. If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arkasodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Akali lies in the west, as I recall. Same direction as Qual's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled, then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Alright, let's go. What is it? Tower. You do not see Matsia nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Okay, it is what I thought. Can I just... Nope. Too sheer. You do not see Matsia from here either. No, leave me alone! Help! Somebody help! Matsia's voice, and it came from the north. Right, go, let's go. Oh my gosh, he just got obliterated. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We heard that the Arkazadara were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue it means. But they're not true divinities, they're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us. And we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish! What sayst thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akayali? Yeah, let's go. I want to keep him safe anyway. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill, and you can't miss it. Let's keep up with him. Don't want him to be taken again. So 'tis the simulacra of Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Oh yeah, because wasn't there a kill switch last time? Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions to Akayali. Oh boy, I hope there's not a kill switch in that tower. I wish it was daylight and I could see this place. It's rather drab. Oh, ether current. A charming little village. Shame about the hideous tower. Welcome to Akayali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that. But please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and old Hasvedia. They're free at the moment as it happens. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this land, to hear them spoken by heirs to this storied heritage giveth them new life. Of course, Justinian's just brooding off in a corner there. That guy's just like, dude, what are you doing? Mark you that platform out on the water. Some manner of shrine, perhaps. Over there? Hasvida. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? Heh, that's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Mansuya and the Mrga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusya, the Mrga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusya converted the might of the Mrga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Coveted! Thus there were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusya have worn animal faces, and the Mrga the limbs of men. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusya, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Mrga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go fetch it from my home at once. Okay, good. They didn't make me have to actually go and get them. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. Oh, Magus sisters? They are Manusya. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Sinduruba, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sanduruba. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And then on the left is Minduruba, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts, and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. What about Mrga? In like fashion to the Manusya, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Mrga, if I may ask? The Mrga hold power over nature. In ages past, revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arkasodara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. Oh. You worship dragons too? It is said that an ancestor of the Satrap, that's the ruler of Radzatan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kral's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kral's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Great Work. That's an Ascian thing, isn't it? Oh. He is MSQ, okay. Did you say you're going to see Nidana? Oh, how I envy you! She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? Oh, I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. I only have like 20 minutes left to play before everything goes down for tonight, because maintenance! Don't know if there's much of a route here, but... Huh. No enemies here? Interesting. Giant dodos. Man, I'm barely gonna get anywhere into Endwalker. Huh. It's not far from the tower here. Geronimo! Whoa! What in the world? In such manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? If there was battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but
In the rain?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll.
I don't like this voice with that character at all. I think just the wide eyes are making me nervous.
I am Basham,
servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the Great Work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
What?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Well, we're travelers trying to figure out what's going on.
Of course! You're the one Kryles, the warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
What the?
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused. I should like to draw a file order. No. See here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit.
I don't know if I like this.
Cease your shoving, so help me.
Rian J. He's just praying for him.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent a request to your Mistress Cryle. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
I keep wondering if that kid is possibly... Can the dragons shapeshift into humans? He just seems weird. Barshan, Pray, pay me no mind. I am here that I may be of service, nothing more. Oh, for the days when I enjoyed such fervor and adoration. But on this occasion I am glad to entrust the burden of popularity to a Stinian. Thancred, you're awful. Tis said that shellfish is ideal for those who have suffered blood loss. Mayhap we should have acquired some from Matsia. Oh my gosh, they're all kind of like, well, Estinian's taking the fall. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kral herself is tied up with another investigation, Bluebird is an eminently capable substitute, and will spare no effort to aid you. So if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us, alchemists, create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. What exactly is that you need me to do? I'm not quite following. Nothing complicated, I assure you. We ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you'll be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all worked to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with some more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the great work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing some preparations. Good luck with the test. I shall remain here to assist the other alchemists. I wanted to at least finish this quest line, but I don't think this is going to work out. I'm not going to be able to finish it before maintenance starts. I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place, or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night, the drunken Deepa! A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from this tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, they move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe ether sickness. For your test, you'll be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. To reduce the risk of accident exposure, the drunken Deepa will emit a blast only after it has moved a certain distance, while closely bathed in the ether 4 times. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to safe distance if you're not the subject. This is so weird. It's like an Alice in Wonderland thing. Reading Aether, please stand back. Am I not supposed to be close to it, though? Ready to discharge. Test stops, please gather near. That's weird. You're struck by a powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Resuming test. Please follow. Probably only finish this little quest, and then I have to log out. Life is interesting. You're struck by another powerful blast of ether, but still suffer no ill effects. Stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Why is it taking us in a circle? Subject fortitude rated impressive. No regularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. You're struck by the strongest blast of ether yet, but survived completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Having exhausted all of its ether, the drunken Deepa is now having a well-earned rest. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Yeah, I am. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There's no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. I guess I better stop. Now it's saying the maintenance is about to start. 7 minutes, too, but I'd best not start the next part. So far, I didn't expect it to be like this. You'd think a world-ending thing would be a little bit crazier, but that was weird and zany at the town, with them just passed out and then suddenly excited again. Well. Oh, I can't just summon it. I'm sad. I wanted to just summon it because it's cool. Well, I guess I'll just be here for tomorrow then. This is where I'm gonna log out then. Hopefully things will be fine. But yeah. Alright, I guess have a good night if you're watching this, and I hope I can continue tomorrow.